a quick a move up from this point or not. This is something we're going to discuss today. So looking at the current market is not looking that well, right? We're down 4% on Bitcoin again the last 24 hours, and pretty much all of the 100 cryptocurrencies are down as well, with few exceptions. We are dipping at the market cap of $139 billion. It hasn't been that low since October 2017. So what is going on, where we're going from here, what's in the short term, what's in the long term, what other people are thinking in the space, let's discuss that. So as you can see, those couple of days in the last week has triggered a massive sell-off, and we are holding a strong support at about $4,000. We've tested this support level 2 times now when the sell-off, and there was a huge volume coming in right here 2 days ago, reaching $4,000. Now, typically, when we are searching for a bottom, when the market is going to bottom, what is the bottom price for Bitcoin? Is it 3,000, 3,500, 2,000, or have we reached the bottom? It usually happens when we see a massive sell-off, like high volume sell-off, and then afterwards there is a rise back. There is a rise back, and quite significant rise back. So we did hit a high volume, reaching the $4,000. However, it didn't follow the next day with a massive run up, and it kind of went up a little bit to retest the $4,500 level, and then we see another sell-off that reached another close to $4,100, right? So because of those 2 last days that I'm seeing here, there is not enough buyer support at this point, and chances are we're going to break this $4,000 level and go down and test the 3,800, possibly 3,500, or even $3,000 levels. Now, somewhere in this range of $4,000 to $3,000 level, there's going to be a lot of support. Going to be a lot of support in this area, and people are going to defend these prices, because right now we're about 78% from the all-time highs of last year, and you know, a lot of experts agree that to reach true capitulation and to find a true bottom, because Bitcoin has been doing it several times throughout its 9-year history of dropping 85-90%. We need to hit like 85%. That'll be a point of true capitulation, which is about $3,000 mark, somewhere at this area. So I see declining volume as of right now on the daily, and that means that for me, that bigger moves are coming. We're still severely oversold on a daily. On RSI it's about 16, but nevertheless we can see even lower points for Bitcoin due to this recent activity that I'm seeing here. And don't be surprised though when we do hit the bottom. Somewhere in this area we'll have a big run up for Bitcoin, okay? Because it's not going to stay at those levels for very long, right? It's possibly going to go down shortly and test the $3,500 level, but it's not going to stay there. It may touch it pretty briefly and then jump right back at it. And there are several things that you need to consider during this time. So, you know, $3,000 is definitely not out of the question at this point, and a lot of people are agreeing with that. Tony Vase, for example, is saying that basically Bitcoin was overpriced. You know, there was a lot of exuberance. Bitcoin constantly drops 80 to 90% to make sure people know what they're doing, that they understand why they're in Bitcoin in the first place. And I think there are so many big buyers of Bitcoin that weren't buying it for the right reason. They were buying it to make a quick buck and to be famous. Okay, so people like people who are not here in the long term and don't believe in the value of Bitcoin, they've long sold already. They've sold here, they've sold here, they've sold here, they've sold here. They've been selling through this time, so they're already sold. Okay, the people who have not sold yet are people who are true believers in Bitcoin and its value. Okay, so there's not much room left for selling, and there's definitely going to be a lot of buying support at this area. But you know, they're saying we are not seeing enough pain yet. Bitcoin drawdowns have been 80+%, and before into this year has only been 77%. So keeping this in mind, $3,000 or an 85% decline from the all-time highs could be Bitcoin's short-term cards. Let's see what other things we have. Vinny Linham, the CEO, the founder of Civic, is saying my best guess will be somewhere between $2,000 to $3,000, but can go lower. It might be even higher, but you know, it's not $500 obviously. But I think the current $4,000 level is getting closer to the bottom. It's getting closer to the bottom of Bitcoin. Okay, and once we hit the bottom, you know, the bottom is the bottom. From that point, it's going to shoot right up. But for right now, Bitcoin and its sell-offs definitely not good for the miners. The miner Bitcoin industry is experiencing some pain right now. Some crypto miners are selling off their mining devices by kilograms. And especially the older models, the Antminer S7, Antminer T9, and Avalon A741 have reached their shutdown price. So they want to get rid of them at any cost, even at a loss. And they are selling their equipment. They're selling some, you know, some miners are getting out of the game because it's not profitable for them. Earlier this month, Bitcoin mine giant Bitmain announced plans to reach out to local mining farms in the coal-rich province of Xinjiang and deploying around 90,000 Antminer S9s. Bitcoin's move is reported to be a strategic one, and this competing power war started with the hard fork. So what I'm seeing right now was, like, for the short-term, miners do experience some pain and they are selling off their equipment. However, not everybody is leaving the game. You know, there's definitely support from the mining industry, and they have not reached, not all of the miners. There's many miners who are still mining in the profit, although small profit or a slight loss, but they have not yet shut down. Like, everything is not shut down. You don't see Bitcoin is shutting down. Everybody's shutting down their equipment. But we do see some pain, which means that it will not stay in this way for very long. Crypto mining firm Gigawatt files for bankruptcy, but it was a small mining firm. They have $50,000 worth of assets and between $10 to $1 million in debt. So things doesn't look that well for them. Venture capital advisor says Bitcoin will going to be like Amazon for cryptocurrencies. So if you consider more of a longer term moves, year to year, Bitcoin has been performing well. So it's going to reward the people who are here in the long term. And the best thing to do right now is either to like dollar cost averaging the Bitcoin and buying in the dips and see if it go even lower and buying some more, because I'm going to be buying more if it hits 3,500 or 3,000 levels. And you can definitely short on Bitmex, which I've been doing all this time, and long and shorts. Basically, guys, right here, if we go to the hourly, those price swings, those price volatilities going up and down, if you measure that, it's about 11%. 11% up, 11% down. you know, that's quite significant. If you with 10x leverage, that's 100% move. So you might as well take advantage of this volatility that came into Bitcoin and short and long on Bitmex and catch those swings that appear pretty much on a daily basis now. 10% up, 10% down. It's been crazy volatile, but it's this type of volatility is good for trading, especially on Bitmex, where you can long or short. So we do have a section on that inside Bitcoin's Walls Club on how to do that. On Bitmex, it's right here under Walls Vehicles, cryptocurrency trading, and Bitmex leverage trading. So you might as well take advantage of this and do the proper risk reward ratios and catch those swings on the way up and on the way down. Right? So again, like I said, it's hard to see at the moment that we are going up. There is not enough bullish volume, and every time we're attempting to go up, we are facing more downwards pattern. Okay, so right now there is definitely a bearish sentiment, a prolonged bear market, and I don't know where the bottom is going to be, but it's somewhere in this area we're going to see a bottom. Currently we're holding the $4,000 support. We've been testing it twice, and we'll see if this $4,000 support is going to hold, but we'll have some targets to overcome. First of all, this one, $4,700, we need to see if that resistance is going to break, and this one right here at 5,500, if that is going to break. At the moment, it's very unlikely that we're going to see the $6,000 anytime soon. And if we do reach this point, there is massive resistance at those areas at the moment. Okay, so that's it for today's In Crypto show. Stay safe. We do have a Black Friday promotion for Crypto Trading Millionaires. If you are not yet part of the Crypto Trading Millionaires, you can use the discount code Black Friday and get a 50% discount on our membership, which will give you access to our weekly crypto trading coaching classes that we do every Wednesday. Get up to date with everything that's happening, how to profit from those moves. You'll get a crypto trading course, real-time trading signals in Telegram, and done for your crypto hedge fund. You'll be able to participate in the hedge fund, or we will trade for you with our lead trader with 15 years of experience. So definitely take advantage of the discount code on the Black Friday. You have just a couple days left, and I'll see you guys in the next live streams.